Right guys, hello, another video for you, all more content on EmuVR. Welcome to Hono's workshop. We'll talk about the Valve projects I've taken on and the important learning milestone I've hit in a second. It's just to let you know there will be more how-to videos coming. People have been saying they found them very, very helpful. So that's great to hear. They don't get a lot of views and I'm fine with that. If it's helped one person, then it was worth doing. But to do a how-to video, I need to know how to do whatever it is we want to do, which obviously makes sense. So it's been an interesting learning process. I started with props. I've gone on to doing screens and doing system as well now. I've hit the important milestone of learning the animation process, because some systems are going to have a CD or DVD tray that opens and closes. Now, the developer gives us a tool to simplify that, but things can obviously be taken further if you want to learn how to do animation in Blender and other software. So I was very much inspired by Sammy and their animated transformers, which are fantastic. And I'm very fortunate they've messaged me and said, yeah, I'll answer questions if you need some help. So really nice guy. They did a custom Bruticus for me as well, all the transformers that merged together. Really, really nice guy. So hopefully I won't have to lean on them too much, but I'm looking forward to learning the animation. And then I can come around full circle back to where I started, back to the UGC props, and then start to animate those. So I'd like to have that Tiger tank, the turret moving, this Warthog, the chain gun on the back moving around. So that's something I'm excited to learn. Right, so let's talk about the Valve projects that I've taken on. When I knew I wanted to do a system and learn how it all works, I thought, well, there's no point doing anything too complicated. So I chose the Steam machine. There was a reasonably low poly model that was free to take online. And even if it was a reasonably high poly count, because it's such a simple shape, this cube, I thought, well, I could learn how to bake textures onto simple shapes. That'd be another thing I could do a video on at a later time. So I've made really, really good progress with it. You'll be thinking, why haven't I shared it? Because things can always be made better. So let's have a little look. We see it's connected up to the TV. It's doing Kodi at the moment. It has a micro SD card slot in the middle. So I've made custom media. The micro SD card slots, they get shared with the Steam Deck as well. It's got its on button in the bottom right hand corner. That's got the VR interaction. You can poke that with a virtual finger. It lights up when you turn it on and off, the light bar. We've got our USB ports, which don't really do anything at the moment. But on the back, I did manage to get the fan blades visible through the fan grill. And I've also done the HDMI plug. Now, what we get given by the developer, like the old RCA cables, and I wanted to use either the display port or the HDMI ports. Now you might be thinking that looks like the HDMI plug on Star Toys televisions or Mastertronics. It could well be the same asset, but I did learn to do it myself. There's no point nicking somebody else's work because they know how to do it and I don't. What if I need to do another port? So I went on to do the Steam Deck, and that's got a USB-C plug. So that's how we do the video out. I own a Steam Deck. We plug it into a hub that way. So we can just put the Steam machine down. We can go into Blender to show you all these different connectors. So I do a how-to video about splitting, joining, deleting things off model. Those of you trying to do your own UGC. So we can see all of these connectors, and they've all been bundled together as one object, which doesn't help me if I just want the HDMI or I just want the display port. So I'm sure Mastertronic has got there ahead of me and then individually cut them all out and made them available. I haven't got that far yet, but yeah, we'll show you how you'll be able to do this to other models in the future. So I ended up with my HDMI and like my USB-C and all these textures that came with those connector models. So I'm a big fan of Mastertronic and I'm a big fan of Star Toy, but I want to learn how to do things myself. So we've talked about the Steam machine. Let's just have a quick look at the Steam Deck, because we love Mordred. In the early days, they made a lot of stuff available to us, and many of us still use it today. I think it was about 2 years ago they did the Steam Deck, and the model that was available at the time was about 290,000, the poly count, which is insanely high. And 2 years later, I've revisited it. So this is more like 10 to 15,000, which is a massive difference. So we thank Mordred for everything they do. I'm not having a pop at them. I've managed to revisit it. I've done the VR buttons, so the volume on and off. We can do that in VR. I've got the micro SD card slot at the bottom, because what Mordred had done, if we get into my inventory, Steam Deck. So these look fantastic, but they're an SD card. They're a completely different card to the micro SD, which is what is actually used. I'm a bit too close to that shelf. There we go. So I'm not entirely sure that I like the look of these SD cards. They are low poly. Maybe I could do a little bit more, make the metal contacts metallic or something like that. StarToy suggested that. We'll see. I say things can always be made better before I release them. So I did say about the USB-C. So we've got that right by the power button at the top. So if I do F and then point at this television, see I've got that USB-C plug. So I was super happy because before I'd done what the developer had given us and got out the 3.5mm jack on the left hand side, which is obviously wrong. That's for sound, not for video. But you know, say everything's a gradual process, making it better and better and better. So we can quickly bring up the Steam Deck in Unity. If we click on it, you'll see the colliders, the stuff I've done. We've got those VR buttons across the top. So yeah, it was a cool project to take on. I just quickly want to mention texture work as well. So there's Pirate Will, and I said, oh, if he wanted to test it out, I'll let him have a little look, and he can give me, you know, suggestions of how it could be made better. And I put his logo on the back of the Steam Deck. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but we can actually edit textures. So you can see it's got this image of how the screen would look when it's on, which we never see because I put a mesh over the top of it. But these trackpads, I could put my logo, it says Hono across it, or across the thumb pads. People like to customize their Steam Decks, so you know, to be able to make it your own, being able to make UGC, it is very, very, very cool. So if we head back into my workshop, we've got this Epiphone Les Paul. So the original just had a plain black back, and I did a little bit of texture work whilst listening about animation, taking the lessons in one ear, and I was playing around with this. So we've got the Veil of Bees. I'm a fan of Tool. Adam Jones is their guitarist, so it's kind of like his signature. And then on the back, they've put the artwork from different artists. So I might do more of the collection. But yeah, that was just something to do whilst I was listening about animation. Alright, so yes, the Warthog. This is a custom system. So we've got in the back, we take our micro SD card. Let's just do Cody. And as I offer it up, it goes yellow. It will offer it up, spin it over like it would do with a CD. So we can put that in. And now if I load it up, there's two integrated screens built in. So that's Cody. It's gone to a black screen. It's on screensaver. There we go. So it could be, you know, capturing from Steam. I could be doing Halo Master Chief or Halo Infinite, whatever you want to play. And I've also done it so it's got the video output. So I've done it from the winch. So if we go over to the TV, we've now got that cable running from the winch. That looks really, really cool. Looks like it was made for purpose. So yes, animation. If I can get that gun, that turret moving on the back, that would be pretty awesome. So yeah, lots going on. Need to get the Steam Machine finished. Need to get the Steam Deck finished, and the Warthog. Yeah, so the screens. I did the Commodore branded black screen, shared it on the Discord, and the EmuVR developer said, that looks good. If you do this, it's not in the guide, it will look even better. And he gave me a suggestion to put a mesh around the inside border so you get a reflection from the light in the dark. So it's a very subtle effect, but it is there. And you're absolutely right, it did look better for it. So yeah, it's just such a great community on the Discord. So let's just head out into the expansion, which of course now is my garage. It's not an arcade anymore. Thanks to StarToy for the 200-inch screen that just goes from floor to ceiling. But this is for my drive-in cinema. So the bike from Akira, which is pretty iconic, and that does have a micro SD card slot, and those mirrors are working screens, just as I did for the Warthog. So we've got kit. I'd like to learn the animation, try and get the doors to open. That would be kind of cool. This works as a DVD system, but it's got the twin screens inside, so I can play something. Kit is its own system, and I can play something on that. So Cody can play on that big screen and playing Kit at the same time. I can see it on those two screens and on the big screen. We've got the Warthog, which is like the mini one, just scaled up. So that's kind of cool. I am a Halo fan. I need to do a little bit more work. You see how we've got a little bit of the rear screen showing? I haven't cut that out properly in Blender. And then we've got the Pursuit Special from Mad Max. Someone's going to say it's the Interceptor. I'm not going to argue it. They call it the Pursuit Special in the original film. You hear it over the radio. But yeah, so this is quite a high poly model, but I just love the car. I was going to do them as small and then thought, yeah, why don't we have them as big cars? So to get the poly count down, originally I ripped the interior out. I've now reinstated the interior, which increases the poly count, but we can go inside. And someone's going to say, oh, it's not accurate to the film, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's close enough to me. That silver orb is supposed to be a fuel gauge from the second film. I don't think it was there in the first film. I'm going to change that and try and get a screen worked in there, as I've done with Kit and the Warthog. So I'm not bothered about showing a fuel gauge, but the little red switch he pulls to turn the supercharger on and off, which is nonsense. But yeah, it was a cool movie prop. So yeah, I've got the interior of the car. Of course, it was like a souped up police car that didn't have the lights on the roof. It's on the dash instead. So we've got the infamous supercharger sticking out the bonnet. I didn't make the model. That's something else for me to learn at a later date. But yeah, it's coming together quite nicely, the garage, we'll put it that way. So I've still got that other room in there that I've done nothing with yet for the workshop. I'm trying to keep UGC to a minimum in here so it loads really, really quickly as I do the testing. So there you go, guys. Now you know what I'm working on. Wish me luck with it. And I always love to hear what other people are working on the Discord or in the comments. So have a great day, have a great evening, whatever you choose to do after watching this. And as always, I will see you when I see you next. Ciao for now.